Hi guys, and I wanted to do a video about the available on-page SEO plugins, okay? This one I've got open here is called SEO Content Helper. It's a little bit more of the traditional old style SEO stuff that we were doing before pandas and penguins. Some of it is still relevant, but not, not completely, okay? There's so many more things to take into account for on-page SEO these days, but you can see here it's got some good elements that we can add. It's just passable in my opinion because you can add secondary keywords in here as well as the primary ones, and when we scroll down a little bit it will tell you the keyword density of the primary and secondary ones. Now I'm not all that into keyword density, but I do understand the importance of having LSI and related keywords in there. Okay, it will tell you things like it's got an SEO analyzer. It will tell you about your H tags and title tags and how many words, and if your content's too short, if your content keywords are missing any primary ones and stuff like that. So it's passable. I'm going to install it just for that because it's got some good elements that can just remind me of sort of best practices, but I don't really go in for the old style SEO, on-page SEO anymore. I just don't see it working the same as it used to. There are other things to take into account. Now if I go over to another one of my sites, which is a blog I'm doing about internet marketing product creation, if anybody's interested you can check that out. I will be adding more and more in there once I've got through most of the live campaign stuff. There's two plugins here. One's called Squarely Live SEO Assistant, and this is more modern. Okay, it will give you better real-time sort of feedback on the on-page SEO. It will tell you about related content. It even helps you with curation stuff as well. Now it's got a free version. It's got a couple of upgrades which are monthly, and I don't really want to get into the monthly for this kind of thing. I'm much more inclined to just go and build one myself, or go and find one that's a one-time fee, because there would be a huge amount of stuff out there. There's so many launches for SEO products, you know, every week, every month, and you're going to find some really good options. I think Andy Black had a very good one not so long ago actually, and that was a one-time fee. And the one I really liked was this one called Inbound Writer. Now it's got an upgrade version as well, but the free version is pretty good. Okay, now this is not the best example of how to use it, and you will see me using it when I'm doing more with the Commando Chip tools. What I tend to do typically when I'm building a site like this one's about internet marketing product creation, for example, I will talk about things sort of generic about internet marketing product creation, why I'm doing the blog, why I'm interested in it. It's not really a page that I'm looking to optimize too much, okay? And that might sound a bit weird because it's a home page, but it's you know, a lot of people will share the homepage or will bookmark the homepage. When you get into the individual blog posts, then you can really narrow it down. So for example, Commando Chip Tools, I've done something very similar over there. That homepage is just telling you about the different tools. I've added some strategies in there. I just wanted to grab people's attention, grab the visitors' attention, reduce the bounce rate, get them reading what is there. It's all interesting kind of stuff. I put in a couple of strategies to keep them there and get them thinking, oh, I need to come back here. Okay, I'm not really looking to optimize that particular page. What am I going to optimize it for? For example, Tube Social, syndication, for playlists, for RSS feeds from YouTube, RSS feeds from Google Plus, video embeds. It's got all that information in there, so I'm not able to narrow down on one or two keywords, but the job I want that homepage to do is to engage the people, tell them what's there now, what's to come, and give them a couple of tips and quick tips and strategies and stuff like that, so they can see the sort of caliber of education or tutorials that they will get, and they will understand, well, this is done by someone who knows what they're doing, and these tools must be pretty good. So it's got its own purpose, the home pages that I'm using for both those sites. And once I narrow it down, for example, into the YouTube RSS feed tool, the tool is there right now, the page is there right now, but I need to add a video, I want to add images, and I can narrow down with the text into YouTube RSS feed type keywords, okay, and I can really focus then, and we will start to see the value of these kind of tools like inbound writer when I start to do that. So what you can do here is you can research a topic, you can add terms, you can add multiple terms in there, and that gives you a bunch of suggested terms as well, which is pretty good. It gives you some ideas what you can add into your content, and it just helps you to build a relevancy. But this page is not the best example, okay? So out of all of the on-page plugins that I've seen so far, and if you know any that you think are better, then let me know. But I like this one, the SEO one that I just looked at now, a few minutes ago. I don't even know what that was called anymore. Here it is, SEO Content Helper. So I'm adding that one in, and I'm adding in this one, Inbound Writer, to the site as well. Now there was another really good one. I don't understand why it's not working, but I can just give you an example of that. It's called Social Ears, and it looks really good, and it's by these guys here. Now their plugin does some really good stuff. It even has a headline generator thing similar to what we got in Tube Optimization Commando in HQ, and it gives you a lot of ability to do stuff with social stuff as well. But I did install it, and I just cannot see where it's supposed to be. Well, I know where it's supposed to be within the WordPress site when I go into create posts and pages, but it's just not appearing. So I'm not sure what's gone wrong with that one. If I can figure out how to use it, then I will definitely do a video about it, because it's doing some really good stuff in there as far as the social stuff, and that's really the way that SEO is going. It's all about engagement, it's about interaction, it's about getting content shared, it's about getting people talking about your content, it's about getting those shares and likes and things like that. That is what's going to make a difference in social bookmarks and stuff like that as well. It's not, the old spammy profile links that we used to do, even though they can still work to a certain degree if you do them properly. But we might cover those kind of things as we go through, just to get some different strategies in there. But for the time being, that's what we're going to use for the on-page SEO stuff. So we got the Inbound Writer, and we got the SEO Content Helper plugins, and those will just help me to keep on track when I'm doing the individual pages for things like the YouTube RSS feed and Google Plus RSS feed, and I can just keep things in check with that. But I don't really follow everything they're saying down to exact details. I've got my own ways of doing things, and if I was to create an on-page SEO plugin today, it would look completely different from most of these things. But we can get some good pointers as we go along, and it just helps to remind me not to forget things that I really should be doing. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.